Welcome to this e-learning package from the Sussex Resilience Forum. This package will provide you with an introduction to the resilience arrangements in place for Sussex in case of a major emergency or incident. You can stop and replay this package at any time. The Civil Contingencies Act of 2004 standardised emergency planning arrangements following the foot and mouth, flooding and fires that occurred previously in the UK. The Act defines two groups of emergency responders, known as Category 1 and Category 2. These will be explained further shortly. The Act is separated into two substantive parts: Local Arrangements for Civil Protection, Part 1, and Emergency Powers, Part 2. Those in Category 1 are subject to the full set of civil protection duties. They are required to assess the risk of emergencies occurring and use this to inform contingency planning. Put in place emergency plans. Put in place business continuity management arrangements to ensure their own response is resilient. Make information available to the public about civil protection matters and maintain arrangements to warn, inform and advise the public in the event of an emergency. Share information with other local responders to enhance coordination. Cooperate with other local responders to enhance coordination and efficiency. And provide advice and assistance to businesses and voluntary organisations about business continuity management. This duty applies to the local authorities only. Category 1 responders in Sussex include the Blue Light Services, Sussex Police, Fire and Rescue Services from East and West Sussex, the South East Coast Ambulance Service, along with the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency. The 15 local authorities comprised of borough and district councils, the Unitary Authority of Brighton and Hove, the County Councils of West and East Sussex, the Health Family, as well as the Environment Agency. Category 2 responders in Sussex include the utility services, the telecommunication providers, including mobile phone operators, transport providers and ports, the Health and Safety Executive, and the Highways Agency. In Sussex, the armed forces, whilst not a Category 1 or 2 responder, are an ex officio member of the executive of the Resilience Forum. The military is represented by a Joint Regional Liaison Officer known as the JRLO. Similarly, the voluntary sector that could provide a wealth of resources in an emergency are ex officio members. The voluntary sector have a standing group set up which is currently chaired by the British Red Cross.
What is an emergency? In the Civil Contingencies Act, an emergency is defined as an event or situation which threatens serious damage to human welfare in a place in the UK, the environment of a place in the UK, the security of the UK or a place within the UK. There are a number of identified risks within Sussex which have the potential to become emergency situations. For example, a large fire on an industrial premises, coastal or inland flooding, large-scale public events attracting large crowds, and disruption to the fuel supplies. The Sussex Resilience Forum has produced a guide for the community on these specific risks for Sussex. The guide is available in hard copy or digitally and provides detail on each risk, the impacts of them, what is being done in Sussex to mitigate them, and what the public can do to make themselves more resilient. The sussexemergency.info website provides the public access to the more detailed community risk register. Any Category 1 responder can formally declare an emergency. This is more commonly known as a major incident. The Sussex Emergency Response and Recovery document details the response arrangements and responsibilities of each responder for Sussex. You can obtain copies of this from your Emergency Management Officer or team representative.
Response arrangements can be easily broken down into 3 separate levels. The operational level is the frontline workforce level of a response. They will work on specific tasks such as marshalling, cordon control, sector responses, etc. The next level is the tactical level. They are focused on the how-to-do-it role and will be looking at the wider consequences and resources requirements required to achieve the strategic aims of the response. The strategic group, as the name suggests, sets the overall strategic direction for an emergency. This group will look at the whole issue, and this level will look at the complex issues and problems leading to decisions that may inevitably lead to long-term implications.
Example situation. There are initial reports of a fire in a domestic garage in the centre of Brighton. The fire and rescue service attend and fight the fire. Police and ambulances arrive as the cause of the fire is unknown and there are a few people with smoke inhalation. Whilst this may be a major incident for those residents involved, the emergency services deal with this kind of emergency on a daily basis. However, if you imagine that there were some compressed gas cylinders involved, this would require a small area to be evacuated and the local authority would arrive to assist in the situation. During the fire, a leak of some of the materials on the site occurs into the sewer. The Environment Agency would be called to assist. Together, they would all be working operationally to achieve resolution to the incident. To help coordinate the response, a small group of the lead officers from the police, fire, ambulance, local authority and the Environment Agency would come together and a group would be formed known as the Tactical Coordinating Group, or the TCG.
The fire has spread and now impacts onto the site of a major conference building close to the original incident location. Now, due to the scale of this incident, a major incident has been declared by the Fire and Rescue Service. The tactical group may change slightly to include other partners and may now look more like this, and the tactical level will be in touch with their own command and control arrangements. Given the scale of this and the declaration of a major incident by East Sussex Fire and Rescue Service, a strategic coordinating centre will be established. Current arrangements are that this will be set up at Sussex Police HQ in Lewes. The structure of the response from the agencies involved now looks a bit like this. Each individual agency will usually have set up their own silver or tactical response arrangements. These may be located in an incident room or emergency centre. At the individual agency level, there will almost certainly be a person nominated to take the gold role. This is likely to be a director or strategic manager. These may be known as gold, but only so for the individual agency concerned. These levels will interact with all as required. The Strategic Coordinating Centre will host the meetings of the Strategic Coordinating Group. The group, which is formed from the strategic level representatives, set the direction for the response and set in motion the recovery process as discussed earlier, led by the local authorities.
Sussex Resilience Forum was formed in 2005 as a result of the Civil Contingencies Act 2004. It is a non-statutory multi-agency organisation committed to making Sussex a safer place for the whole community. It consists of an executive committee chaired by a chief officer from Sussex Police and currently meets quarterly to discuss priorities and review past incidents from a strategic point of view. It receives reports and approves plans that have already been tried and tested via the Sussex Operations Group. The Sussex Resilience Forum Executive is supported by a business manager and administrator. The Sussex Resilience Forum is responsible for setting the strategic aims. Currently, they are determining joint strategic and policy approaches to preparedness and response to major emergencies in Sussex, undertake risk assessment and approve the community risk register, ensure preparedness of plans and processes, and ensure capability through a robust infrastructure of planning, training, exercise and response. The SRF Sussex Operations Group, or SOG, is a group which consists of the chairs of each of the standing groups and is chaired by the vice chair of the executive. SOG was established to drive SRF executive policy. It is responsible for establishing task and finish groups as and when required. These are the current standing groups for the Sussex Resilience Forum. Arrangements for national support. The Department for Communities and Local Government is responsible for managing a national network of resilience advisors to support the delivery of national and local resilience. The Government Liaison Officer role is well established to support the Strategic Coordination Group members and ensures that ministers have up-to-date briefings on which to base decisions at COBRA. The Resilience team will work closely with local Resilience Fora members, ensuring government departments understand the issues affecting the local area and communicates any difficulties responders may be experiencing. In times of a widespread incident, the Resilience Division issues the top-line briefs from central government, issued via the National Resilience Extranet, known as the NRE, which provides responder agencies with the ability to share information both during an emergency and during business-as-usual activity in a secure environment. In Sussex, we have an agreed process for sharing impacts and information regarding members during an emergency or disruptive event. This is collated via the Secretariat and issued to all members, providing an up-to-date and accurate analysis of their capability and issues. Agencies report impact using a red, amber, green process.
Individual agencies must all have procedures and policies in place for responding to major emergencies and incidents. Some of these, such as for the blue light services, are their normal operating procedures, but for others, some may be very specific and not used on a daily basis. There are also a number of shared or SRF plans, and it is imperative that you are aware of the responsibility that your agency may be required to undertake. Reading plans that are issued, undertaking training and taking part in exercises to validate plans ensures familiarity should they be activated.
Should you wish to further your interest in Sussex civil contingencies, then there are a number of other e-learning packages available, and these can be obtained from the Sussex Resilience Forum. Following this, you may wish to familiarise yourself with your organisation's emergency plans and those of the SRF. Should the options be available to you, look at taking part in exercises and at the internal training options within your own organisation. The websites listed here can provide a useful background into the management of emergencies. Thank you for listening to this presentation.